Hey guys, back again. I'm doing a review on the Traxxas Aton. I bought the Plus, which has the bigger battery and has the gimbal. I wouldn't suggest buying the Plus. I think the gimbal sucks, to be honest. Mine has been stupid since day one. As soon as you take off, it hits like a 45-degree angle and starts reinitializing and never comes back. With that said, this is my first Aton video, so bear with me a little bit. I'm pretty new with the Aton, but so I've crashed it a few times. I just put it back together after having to replace the whole frame and re-solder a couple wires that got broken. Once that's done, this is the first flight that's getting ready to happen now. I'm getting ready to pick it up off the ground once the lights go green. I'll be surprised if it doesn't just flop over into my pool, because I'm right next to my pool like a dummy. But hey, it is what it is. You can see the pile of rocks that I've been using as a rock crawler course for my RC cars in the background. I'm sure I'll be doing a video on those at some point as well. So here we go. Hopefully this thing takes off pretty soon here. I will say that I do like the Traxxas Aton. A friend of mine said, yeah, get this one because it's cheaper if you crash it and the parts are cheap and that kind of thing. And it has GPS hold and has all those fun stuff. So I actually like them a lot. It's a great learning tool because you can switch it to expert mode, which later on in this film I'll show you. It'll actually be in expert mode and I'll be flying around. I'm not that great with expert mode, but I do it for you guys to be able to see it. Again, getting ready to take off. I see that the blades are finally spinning up, so it's getting ready to lift off and just kind of do some little circles and stuff like that. Screwing around in my backyard, just making sure the thing would fly. I've had some pretty interesting crashes with this thing. It was suspect on the last one was pretty hard. I've got some pictures at the end of it if you really want to see. At the very end of this video, I have some pictures that I was putting it back together. I completely snapped one of the legs, broke all the lenses, and severed a couple of the wires to one of the corners. So it wasn't it was a little bit to take everything apart and put it all back together, but I did it all myself, so that basically means that any idiot can do it, right? So it's fine. Yeah, so it's really, really windy, and you don't really catch how windy it is right now, and it's gusting. That's why it's not even level. It's flying like crooked. Again, I figured it would fly right into the pool, but luckily I didn't. So just enjoy this. I'm going to drop off here and let you watch it for a minute. I'll come back when it comes to the next scene in a few minutes. Alright, I lied. I'm not going to let you sit here until the next scene to not hear my voice. So, one thing just popped into my head is that every part on this thing is replaceable, except, and Traxxas, listen, you should be offering the GPS chip and the flight control board. Neither of those you can order. So if you break those, you have to buy a completely new Aton. So, or Aton, or whatever the hell you call it. I call it Aton because it's not autonomous. So, not Aton. Whatever, stupid reason. But anyway, you can't replace the GPS and you can't replace the flight control board on this thing at all. So if you break it, that's it. You got to buy a new one. With that said, I've crashed this thing really hard and only broken it once. I did manage to break the flight control board. And it would still fly, oddly enough, but it would fly about 200 feet from me and then immediately come back, do the return to home function, saying that it lost signal with the radio. So, yeah, so I had to eat it on that one. It is what it is, right? It's all part of a learning. This thing's fast. It is hard to learn on this thing because it's fast enough to smack into something really fast. So, it is what it is, but I've enjoyed it so far. Yeah, wind's picking up a little bit more, so hopefully it'll set down. I'll set it down soon and roll on to the next scene where I'm flying manually. This actually is using those stabilization features of it. Sorry for the bad camera work, but I'm just learning. I'm new at this, so here we go. This is in complete manual mode. I'm not using any stabilization once it starts moving from this position. Well, actually, sorry, no, I'm wrong. That's film mode because it's flying really slow right now. But at some point, I do switch it to manual mode and start flying it like an idiot. There are parts in the video where I almost crash. I'll save you the spare. I don't crash in this video, which is surprising, but there is a couple really close calls. These are the first attempt that I've really tried to fly the whole battery in expert mode, which takes off all the stabilization and all the little helper things. So at this point, I'm actually switching it, I believe. So after this, I'll be flying, and so I'm doing manual loops that actually you control, not the push button loops and flips and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more skill, and it definitely, it's not that easy to control the thing. I'm just learning, and it's quite a learning curve when you have something this fast. So, but enjoy the rest of the video. I'm gonna stop talking your ear off. Like I said, I do a couple loops in here, and sometimes it gets hard to see it when it goes low. But I have some close calls, like right there. I almost hit the side of the bank. But enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.